Yo, welcome to another episode on Nos God Creations. Today we are going to take our tutorial to another level. We are going to look at Adobe After Effects. I hope you've heard the name right. Adobe After Effects will help you to create a stunning motion graphics for your design. So this is the software. The interface looks like Photoshop. So if you open it for the first time, this is what we are going to see. I am using the 2021 version. So in this tutorial, we are going to look at the interface of Adobe After Effects, and after that, we are going to create a simple project like this one. So let me play for you to see. So we are going to create this wave spectrum and how the music bar moves like this, how it moves. We are going to create this at the end of our tutorial. So stay tuned. Let's start. So when I open my Adobe After Effects, first thing I'm going to do is I'll click on create new project. So this new project, I'll click on it. So now my working space is ready. So this is my composition window. So this is where I'm going to see everything that I'm going to create, and this is just like my layers in Photoshop. So this is where all my layers, everything is going to appear. And for this window, that is where I have information about my audio, my effects, and whatever. So this will be my project menu. So before we start creating anything After Effects, we have to start with a new composition. So I can either click it from here or I can create it from this side. So anyway, any method that you use will work. So let me click on here, create new composition. So let me name the composition name tutorial or simple tut. Then for the preset, that is how you want the size for the video to be like. So I'll just leave it at 1080. I'll just leave it like that. Then for the background color, you can also change it, but I will leave it as black. And here is the duration in which you want your video to play. The song is 3 minutes, so I'll leave it at 3 minutes. Then I'll press on OK. So this is my composition. So this is the composition layer that we've created there. Yes, so now let's start creating something. So we have to create something like a background. So let's take a quick tour to the tools in Adobe After Effects. So this one here is the selection tool, just like the move tool in Photoshop, and this hand can be used to move your working space like this. And this one is the zoom, so you can use it to zoom in your works. When you press on Alt and press like left click, it will zoom out. So now let's leave it like this. Let me take my hand tool to position it well like this. This is just a rotation, and this is the shape tool. So if you see any shape with a small arrow pointing down like this, means it has extra tools inside. So when you click without releasing your hand, it will release all those extra tools for you. So this one too is the pen tool, just like the pen tool we know in Adobe Photoshop. And this one is the text tool. You can use it to type. This one is the brush tool. This one is the clone tab. Photoshop has all these tools. This one is the eraser tool, and this one is the roto brush tool. I think this one Photoshop doesn't have. So what we use the roto brush tool to do is we use it to remove background in the video. We'll talk about this one in different tutorial. And this one is the puppet tool. So you can use this one to change your position for maybe something like a human figure. Yeah, Photoshop also have this one. And this one is the fill tool. So we use this to color objects, and this one is the stroke, that outline color. I think for now this is what we need to know. So with the tools known to you now, let's start to create something. So first of all, I will select my rectangle tool, then I will draw over like this. Now let's change the color to something like brown. So I told you, if you want to change the color of anything, you have to come to the fill. So I'll click on the fill, then I'll change the color just as we do in Photoshop. then I'll press on OK. Let's go back to my selection tool. So now I've created the background for my video. So now we are going to create that audio moving something. Let me open it again. So we are going to create this audio spectrum. It's very simple to create. So let's go back to After Effects. I like mentioning Photoshop, sorry guys. So what I'll have to do is I'll come back to this I call it layer window. So I'll right click here, then I'll go to new, then I'll select solid color. So this solid color, let me change the color to white, then I'll press on OK, then I'll say OK. After creating this solid color, let me import my audio. So I import this audio. It's a song by a boy Tino. Then I'll select my solid color again. Yeah, so after selecting my solid color created, I'll go to effect, then I'll search for generate. So this is the generate. Then I'll select my audio spectrum, this one. I'll click on it. So you see it has created. Now let's change the color to white. It is in pink color. So let's change the color to white. Change the outside color to white. But now you see when we play, let's play and see. If the audio spectrum we've created is not moving, this is because we have not linked the spectrum to the sound. So in order to do that, see, if you look at the audio layer, this one is on white solid color. So we linked it to the solid color we created. So now let's unlink it to the solid color, then connect it to the audio so that it will be moving with the audio. So now when you click on this one, change it to Oboitino or the sound that we are using. So I'll click on it now. Now you see the wave has changed. So now let's play it again, then see what will happen. You see now it is moving with a song. So with this we can make some small adjustment by increasing the size and those stars. So we have the thickness. I can increase the thickness, and for the maximum height and frequency band, that will adjust how these bars, how long it will be and how hard it should hit. So those will change it, but for now I'll leave it like that. Then I will reduce the size. So note, if you're reducing the size, you have to press on the shift. If not, it will deform how your work looks like. So I'll press on shift, then adjust the size, then I'll drag it here like this. Now let's create the last thing using keyframing. So when you play the music, you see this bar is moving. It's moving like how it used to be on our phones. How to do that is very simple. So we are going to learn about keyframing. So in order to do that, I'll select my shape tool. Then you see this round rectangle, I'll select that one. Then I'll draw some bar like this. Then I'll change the color to white. I'll press OK. I don't want any stroke, so I'll click on it. Then okay, let's leave it like that, or you can click on here the stroke like this, then you click on this one, then you press on OK. Now the stroke is gone. Let me take my move tool, then position it like this. Now we've created a bar. So now let's create this circle that will be moving along with the bar. So now what I will do is I'll go back to my shape, then I'll select the ellipse tool, then holding my shift, I'll draw a perfect circle like this. Then I'll select my zoom tool to zoom so that I'll see whatever that I'm doing. From there I'll select my selection tool, then I'll place it on top of it like this, where you should start like this. Then I'll zoom out like this. Let me take my hand tool to position my playing something too. Yes, so now let's learn about keyframing. So this is, you see, if you move like this is just the preview bar. So if I move it along, you see that this thing is playing. So in order to keyframe, you have to position it to where you want it to start. So for this one, I'm going to position it as 0, like where it should start, where it should start. So I'll position it here at the beginning like this. Then I'll search for my Eclipse layer. So this is my, if I select it from here, see the layer has been selected. Then I'll open this transform. I'll open it. Yeah, open this transform. So after opening this transform, we see we have rotation, opacity, scale, position, and anchor point. But we are not interested in all of this. We are only interested in the position. So for instance, if I drag this one, you see how it is going. Let me undo that. And if I drag this one too, you see where it is going. So we are going to focus on this one. You see how it is moving forward. You see how it is moving forward. So let's leave it here. So what we are going to do is we are going to click on this circle, this thing that it is looking like bomb. We are going to click on it. Then I will move this bar all the way to the end of the song. Then what I'm going to do is I will drag this one. I will drag it to the end. Drag it to the end like this. Then leave it. You see this dot. Some dot has been created here. So that is the keyframe. This one is for the beginning. So now let me intentionally drag this one. You see how it is moving. It is moving like how when playing music on your phone looks like. Yes. But I want to do something. I want to convert this keyframe so that this thing will play smooth. The circle will move smooth. So I'll select everything. Then I'll right click on it. Then I'll go to keyframe assistant. Then I will say easy ease, or you can press F9 after selecting it. Yes, so this is what I have for you. Yes, so it is going to move along with the wave spectrum that we've created. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, comment and share it to those who need to see it, and stay tuned for more After Effects tutorial. Thank you.